So listen, that boat crash that happened, that's really been the headline the last week across the Lake of the Ozarks. You saw that hit Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, the Daily Mail. It hit everywhere. And we have an update. I understand that there have been charges filed or against the driver of the boat.
Absolutely. So the driver of that crash, let's see, it happened on July 22nd, has been charged with 7 felonies. 7 felonies now. Adam Ramirez, Huntington Beach, California. He was driving the Nortec powerboat about midnight when it struck the shoreline at the peninsula. It flew up, it hit that house. Okay, so he's been charged with 2 counts of boating while intoxicated, serious injury Class D felony, and 5 counts of boating while intoxicated, and injury that's a Class E felony. And Camden County Prosecutor Rochelle Grosvenor told Lake Expo that more charges on top of these could be coming. She might not be done yet.
Yeah, and sad situation. Still an absolute miracle that these 7 individuals lived.
Yeah.
One of the 7 individuals, Alex Pratt, age 28, pretty good name down here at the lake, very well known, especially in the racing industry. A little bit of misconception and misunderstanding I've seen online on a lot of the threads. Some real derogatory marks towards Alex Pratt, almost as if they believed he was the driver. But the young man who was not driving was a passenger on the boat. His injuries that he sustained in the crash, as reported by Speedboat Magazine, required over 100 stitches in his back, which is absolutely crazy. Now, following that boat accident, the team's throttleman and part owner, Alex Pratt, who I just told you was on that, his injuries were so serious that the team, their president, Rick Lindsay, who's CEO, president, and chairman of the principal team sponsor of Good Boy Vodka, which is X Insurance, made the decision in the best interest of their team, and they're going to pull Alex Pratt, the driver, as well as, or the throttleman, as well as his driver. And they're going to be replaced by Grant Brugman and our very own that we know, Randy Kent, who has recently been named the team manager. Now, they race in the very competitive Class 1, and so Pratt and Miles, they're out, replaced by Brugman and Kent. Kent and Brugman both have a vast, wide history in powerboat racing. Both have won world championships. But it's interesting because for Randy Kent, as we shift our focus from the boat accident that took place on the lake to the racing industry, that's an impressive team. And for them, on short notice, to be able to change driver and throttleman with 2 historied, experienced, accomplished racers, such as Brugman and Kent. That's good for them. It'll be interesting to see. As Randy Kent's a guy on Marine Concepts down here at Lake of the Ozarks. He's in the Lake of the Ozarks Shootout Hall of Fame for his contributions. Be interesting to see what it's like now that he makes that transition back to driving, because we thought those days were behind him.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was that class of a driver. But I think Randy can do just about anything. He kind of reminds me of Superman, you know.
He looks like Randy Kent.
I'm telling you what, this dude is something else. So I think he'll probably do pretty well. You know what surprised me the most about this whole thing, that this Alex Pratt, 28 years old with a serious injuries, that he was even on that boat. You know, he's a professional boat guy. He knows all about boats. Why in the world would you be on a boat with some dude that's intoxicated going 60 or 80 miles an hour at midnight? You'd think he'd be smarter than that, you know, and not be on that boat. But sometimes when alcohol's involved, you stop thinking, right? So.
Right, and you never know, too. I mean, were they at a place they got picked up by? I mean, you just never know. It's hard to say. And it is easy to look at not only the driver, because just a terrible decision, risking everybody's lives, but I know over my history how many times I've made a poor choice in judgment and gotten away with it. And we do that when we're young. We do that over the course of our life. And I've been fortunate enough to never pay the ultimate price or never have this happen. But as everyone out there, like you're upset with, the people on there, why do it, and the driver, I tend to have some empathy because they very well could have been drunk going home, got home, no one would have known. They get up the next morning and go on about their life, not saying it's okay, not promoting or saying that driving after you have alcohol in your system is good, especially on a boat. But I tend to have some empathy because you do, once you have a couple of drinks, your judgment is lapsed.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think we've all been there where we've done stupid stuff. We were driving intoxicated or whatever, and nothing happened. We got away with it. And you're right, that's the grace of God right
And they
there.
really got away with it too, where it ultimately matters.
Well, they're still alive, right?
Because the grace of God stepped in and they're all still alive. Of course, we'll keep you posted on that. And I'm really interested to see, not to take the focus away from the injuries, but I'm really excited to see what Randy Kent and this Grant Brugman do, because I'm telling you what, it's been a while since Randy Kent's been behind the wheel of a speedboat, and this is a very competitive class, very, very competitive, probably the most followed class in all of professional speedboat racing. So, and this team's supposed to contend. I mean, they're expecting a podium finish this year at Key West through P1. Be interesting to see what happens.